Hi and welcome to my channel. So this is really heartbreaking news because the UK government this week alone has given over 2,000 overseas carers and their families deportation letters. This is something that, like I said, is very, very disheartening because these are families that have now been left stranded in the UK. Some of them don't even have the money to pay their flights to return back home to wherever it is they came from. And so in today's video, I'm going to be telling you the circumstances that have led to all of this happening, and to say that if you're already in the UK at the moment and you're in a similar situation, you should make hay while the sun shines. If you're out of the UK, then make sure that you don't fall in these circumstances, because desperation to move to the UK at all costs is going to end up costing you a lot more. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, as usual, I absolutely appreciate your time. And if you're new here, obviously, make sure that you hit the subscribe button below to join the family so that you're the first person that is notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. You know, I've been in the UK now for 13 years, started my own journey as a carer in a nursing home. And so I empathize with all of you colleagues that are trying to use this pathway to move to the UK, but you need to make sure you're doing things legally, because the law pardons no ignorance. If you do things wrong and you're caught out, you're not going to say, I'm really sorry, I didn't know what I was doing. Nobody will listen to you. And that's why I dedicate my time to ensuring that I bring this information to you and that you implement the things that I'm talking about. So please leave a comment in the comment section below and say, Melvis, I will implement this because I need your word. Also, if you're not aware, I do have a newsletter. It's completely free. I've dropped a link in the comment section below. So join the newsletter. It's not going to take you 20 seconds to join. You drop your name and email, and I send that information directly to your inbox. Also, you're going to see my contact details in the comment section below. So that's my WhatsApp number, so that if you are sat there and you're thinking, Melvis, I need that one-to-one support with visa sponsorship jobs in the UK. What do I do? What jobs can I apply for legally, the legit way? What are the companies that are legally recruiting overseas workers? If you're already in the UK and you're looking to switch, for example, to keep your amazing family in this country, what should you do? Which job should you go for? You're looking to work for the NHS. Again, that's the best option at the moment. I don't shy away from talking about this because with the NHS, you're getting job security. Let me tell you something. All these private companies are only going to lead you into deep trouble. Look, deep trouble. So you need to be focusing on UK companies that are legit, that offer more permanent employment, so that you and your family are settled. You don't want to go to bed not knowing whether you're going to be in this country tomorrow. You don't want to go to bed not knowing whether your kids are going to go to school and come back in this country. Maybe you've given up everything back home to move to this country and you're thinking, how do I go back? How do I get started? You don't want to find yourself in that situation. I'm saying this because I know thousands of people at the moment are going through this, and it is very disheartening. So again, if you need to get in contact with me, like I've said, check the comment section below and you're going to see my contact details on there. So what has really happened? Like I said, over 2,000 people have received deportation letters. The saddest thing about this is that if you are the main applicant, anything that affects your UK visa is going to automatically affect your dependents. And so when you're deciding who is going to apply as a dependent, who is going to apply as the main applicant, you need to be really careful, because it has huge consequences, which means that if the main applicant gets a deportation letter, automatically the dependents get the same. So whether you receive a letter or not, you're in the same circumstances. And that's why you see that the dependent's visa always expires at the same time as that of the main applicant. Some people think, oh my God, I'm the dependent. If you get a deportation letter, that's fine. I'm absolutely sorted. No, you're not, because rightfully so, you're the dependent. So what are the circumstances that happen? The first thing is that they actually found out that one of the care homes in the UK, well, it doesn't actually exist anyway, that care home. So a supposed care home has actually recruited over 1,200 overseas workers with visa sponsorship. But guess what? That care home does not exist. So it doesn't actually exist. But they have applied for the license to recruit overseas workers, which means if you had checked on the list of licensed companies to recruit overseas workers, this company is obviously there, but they don't have any physical care home. It's just not real. And so they've obviously brought these overseas workers. Some people pay £15,000, some people pay £20,000 or whatever amount they pay to get to the UK illegally through these companies. And then when you get here, you're like, hey, I don't have any jobs. But obviously, you've not gone through that legal process of applying for jobs and all that. I understand that a few people are just caught up in all of this and they're not aware. But the truth about the matter is that majority of people right now are aware of what they're doing. I empathize with all of you. I understand the challenges that you face trying to get to a country like this. But let me tell you something. If you don't do the hard work today, you're going to do it later on. And I can guarantee you that it is better to do the hard work now so that your life is easier tomorrow. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're not aware, like I said, I started my own UK journey working as a carer in a nursing home. I then studied nursing as an international student in this country. After that, I've gone on to do 2 apprenticeships. I did an apprenticeship as mentorship in nursing, in a very prestigious UK university. After that, I did another apprenticeship as a master's in advanced clinical practice. I just recently completed that. That was a 3-year full-time master's while I was being paid over £50,000 per year to study at the same time. And so I now work as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position in the profession. And this is something that has not been an easy journey. Is because I don't shy away from hard work. I don't shy away from the dirty work that we need to do to succeed in our careers, because my objective in this country is to work less, retire early, and earn a lot of money. My goal is to retire by the time I'm turning 40. I'm very close to that. I've done lots of things that will enable me to retire even today, but it is a lot of hard work. And that's what I'm saying, that if you're part of the top 1% that, like me, you're interested and invested in your personal and professional development, then check the description box below or the about section of this channel, and you're going to see a link to join my private coaching program. If you need that support with free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK. How do you find out those companies that are absolutely legit, that are not going to charge you an arm and a leg to move to the UK, just to find out that actually there's no job, there's never been any job, and you are risking being deported like these people that we're now talking about? Also, if you're trying to move to work for the NHS, you're on a student visa, you're on a graduate visa, you're thinking, I'm in domiciliary care, I'm working from 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'm only being paid 3 hours. What else can I do? I need that legit employer. I need a permanent job. I need something that is more sustainable long term. Then I'm your girl. I can support you with all of that. So make sure that you achieve your dreams. Obviously, this doesn't come easy. I'm going to say this. It's a lot of hard work. Very few people will successfully decide to go through this process. What I preach on this channel is the difficult way, which means it is the only way that is legit. It takes time. And I'm going to tell you that I've had this program now for 4 years. I've had my coaching program for 4 years, which means I've supported all types of people to come through this program. There are people that are going to take 1 month to get a job. There are people that will take between 1 to 3 months. That's the average. Most people get a job within that time, but there are also people that would need more than the 3 months to get a job. This is a reality. This is the real thing, because I like to tell you things as they are. I know that sometimes it's all like, oh, all of this is easy. It is not easy. It takes work. But when you put in that work, you're going to reap the fruits long term, and you're going to enjoy your life in this country. You need to put in the effort. So if this is you, like I've said, do get in contact with me. If you're like, hey, Melvis, but what do you have for me? How are you going to support me with my specific circumstances? Then, like I said, check the comment section below. You're going to see my WhatsApp number, my email address, and you can call me and contact me directly to talk about your specific circumstances. And these are some of the things that I always say, that I really thank goodness for the fact that I struggled so much to get to the UK, because by the time I got to this country, I was already used to the systems. I was already aware that I had to put in so much work. So like these people now that are being deported, they have had the process where you're like, hey, I'm not going to do the hard work. I just want to get to the UK through any means. This is risky. This is dangerous, because when you get here, you don't even know how the processes are. You don't know how to apply for a job because you've never actually applied. You don't know how to do a CV because you've never done a CV. You need to get your hands dirty in order for you to succeed. There is no way out. I wish there was an easier way, but let me tell you, there isn't. Also, leave a comment in the comment section below. What is your situation at the moment? do you have any advice for these people? I know that there are thousands of other people that are in similar circumstances, and you may be watching this and this is you. Like I say, I empathize, and I'll say that if you find yourself in these circumstances, you need another visa sponsorship job ASAP. But because of the pressure that you're already under, it makes it even more difficult. Like I say, I deal with these things every day and I understand the pressure, which means if you can start doing things the right way from day one, you're going to avoid all of this drama. You don't want to get into all this drama with UK immigration and visa. It is really messy. And like I said before, the law does not pardon any ignorance. If you like this content, by the way, as tough as it is, hit that like button below. It lets me know that you enjoy content like this, and obviously I should do more. Also share this, by the way, with your friends, loved ones, colleagues. If you're watching this and you've been tempted to pay for a COS and come to the UK, or you've paid somebody, take your money back, because when you get to this country, it's going to be a struggle. If you're already in the UK and you're tempted to do that as well, please get your hands dirty with the job search process. How do I do my CV? I've shared lots of detailed videos on here about all these different things which you should look at, because like I say, these thousands of families are now in a very, very disheartening situation. And only if they had known, they would not have gone through this. But at the time that people are trying to do this, if you say anything, nobody's going to listen to you. They'll say to you, Melvis, I'll do anything to get out of this country. That's all I need. And people promise you that life in the UK is really easy. You're going to get a job in a day. It's okay. There was one person that was even told that he was going to be earning 5,000 as a carer in the UK, and life was going to be perfect. His wife wouldn't need to work because he had kids, and the UK pays thousands if you've got kids. Let me tell you something. If you're on visa sponsorship, you're not entitled to public funds. So you need to be able to differentiate what is considered public funds, what isn't. Because if you go to get things that are considered as public funds, you can forget about your indefinite leave to remain in 5 years' time. So again, there are lots of consequences when it comes to all of this, and you have to make sure that you're doing your own due diligence to find out that information. During our live session, today, we're going to focus on all of this. Which are the companies that are legit? How do you find these companies? What are the jobs that are currently offering free visa sponsorship jobs for you to move to the UK with your amazing family, or to switch with your loved ones if you're already in the UK? But most importantly, how on earth do you apply? What about your CV? What about the sample for supporting information for those NHS jobs? What are the expectations? What should you include? What shouldn't you include? What are the sorts of experiences that they're looking out for? This is what we're going to go through today. So if you haven't registered to join that live session, by the way, check the comment section below and make sure you register, because it's only for people who have registered. Like I always say, I'm kind of a no-nonsense person when it comes to time wasters. I haven't got time. I value my time. So if you've registered, I'm going to see you tonight from 8:30 p.m. UK time. If you're not able to attend and you've registered, the session is going to be recorded so that you can watch the live session at your convenience. If you've got any questions, comment section below and check this out here.